Where is he?
State of Michigan, 36th District Court is now in session with the Honorable Christina V. Kennedy. During proceedings, there should be no driving, smoking, eating, drinking, sleeping, or laying down. Do not start your video or mute your device unless the court instructs you to do so. And if there's anything that you need to do that you don't want the rest of the world to see, please walk away from the camera quietly. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, y'all.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Judge Christina V. Kennedy. I'll preside over the docket for courtroom 433 this afternoon. Thank you for your patience as we got everyone checked in. Before we get started, I do want to just let you all know that we are broadcasting these proceedings live over YouTube. That means that anybody in the world can join us and watch these proceedings. And so I want to emphasize Officer Wallace's instruction that if you have something to do that you don't want the rest of the world to see you doing, you step away from your device or make sure your camera's turned off. For example, if you need to use the restroom or change your shirt, please turn your camera off or step away from your device. That will prevent any embarrassment. We have a somewhat heavy docket today. I am going to call the cases in groups. Madam Clerk, how many different groups do we have? In two different groups. So I'm going to call this first group first. Please listen out for your name, address, or case number. Please don't say anything though until I have called all of the cases in this set of files. Once I call all of the cases, I will ask for appearances from well, first I'll give you some information and then I'll ask for appearances from the plaintiffs. At that point, plaintiffs' attorneys, please turn on your camera, unmute your device, and place your appearance on the record. If you're unrepresented plaintiffs, that is the time that you would turn on your camera, unmute yourself, and state your name. And if you called in, you would unmute by dialing *6, and then the defendants will do the same thing. Let's see here. Okay, all right, I'm calling the first group of cases. Now calling case number 24350-707, Durham Godaj versus all occupants of 11450 Minden Street in the city of Detroit. Also calling case number 24350-719. This is Hussein Brothers LLC versus Allen Robinson, Daphne Hopkins, and all other occupants of 6738 Bruce Street in the city of Detroit. Also calling case number 24350-720, MHSH LLC versus Niasa Salinas and all other occupants of 6120 Artesian Street in the city of Detroit. Calling case number 24350-784, Mikasa Sukasa versus Anisha Kirksey and all occupants of 19694 Hull in the city of Detroit. Also calling case number 24350-804, Dorothy McCool versus Brenda Bland. This is for property located at 14740 Archdale in the city of Detroit. Calling case number 24350-820, Austin Julian versus Becky Biddle and all other occupants of 1429 Beatrice Street in the city of Detroit. This matter is before the court on a complaint for damage, health hazard to property. Also calling case number 24350-849. This is North Bloomfield Properties versus Mika Smith and all occupants of 7637 DaCosta Street in the city of Detroit. Calling case number 24350-872. All Risk Management Incorporated versus Terry Moore and all occupants of 5943 Lakeview downstairs in the city of Detroit. Calling case number 24350-906. This is Lamar Nelson versus Lorenzo Hodges and all occupants of 19719 Anot Street in the city of Detroit. Calling case number 24350-913, The Home Store Incorporated versus Jasmine Woods. And this is for property located at 7355 Stout in the city of Detroit. The matters that I've just called are before the court on complaints to recover possession of property, as well as complaints for non-payment of rent. Today is the date and time set for a first hearing on the matters that I've just called. Pursuant to Michigan Supreme Court Administrative Order 2020-17, all first hearings shall be adjourned. Therefore, these matters will be adjourned to a new court date. Ladies and gentlemen, if I just called your case, your next court date will be September 5th, 2024 at 8:30 a.m. Again, September 5th, 2024 is the next time the court will call your case. The next court hearing will be in person, and so you will not appear via Zoom. You will appear instead in front of me down at the 36th District Court, which is located at 421 Madison in downtown Detroit. I am in courtroom 433, and so you all need to come to courtroom 433 again on September 5th at 8:30 a.m. If you're logged into this session today via a cell phone, I should say a smartphone or a tablet, you should be able to access the Zoom chat. Madam Clerk just typed the information about the next court hearing into the Zoom chat. So you can go into that chat and screenshot it, or you can write it down. Please record it one way or the other. The court will mail notices to appear to everyone, but in case those notices get lost, I do like to make sure that you have recorded the information about the next court date. Excuse me. Plaintiffs, you are to bring with you to the next court date the following information if you have not already filed it. You need a copy of the deed, a copy of the lease agreement, a copy of the most up-to-date rental ledger if rent is at issue in your case. I need a completed proof of service, and if there's a property management agreement, I need a copy of that as well. Again, plaintiffs, I need you to bring with you to court on September 5th in paper format. If you have not already filed the following documents, I need a copy of the deed, the lease agreement, any property management agreement in effect, the completed proof of service, and the most up-to-date rental ledger. Your failure to file those documents or bring those documents to court with you at the next court date will result in dismissal of your case. So please make sure you bring those documents to court with you on September 5th, and please make sure they are in paper format. Defendants, please bring any evidence that you have that substantiates your defense or supports your defense to court on September 5th. And please make sure it is in paper format. Please don't bring your cell phone in here and ask me to scroll through it to look at your evidence. I don't feel comfortable scrolling through people's cell phones, for one, and two, and more importantly, I cannot put your cell phone in the file as evidence. So if you have evidence, this goes for plaintiffs or defendants, plaintiffs and defendants, I should say, please reduce your evidence to paper and bring it to court with you on September 5th. Plaintiffs, you have the right to be represented by an attorney. You can hire your own attorney if you would like to represent you throughout these proceedings. Defendants, you also have the right to be represented by an attorney. You can either hire your own attorney or you can seek legal advice from the agency attorneys that are here joining us today in this Zoom session. They are here to provide you, the defendant tenants, with a legal advice for today, with the potential of them taking on your case to represent you throughout the close of these proceedings, and that will be free of charge to you, defendants. At the end of your hearing today, I will ask that you be transferred into a breakout room. If you're logged in via a cell phone, I should say a smartphone or a tablet, you will receive a prompt come across your screen. Please tap the prompt. That prompt will take you into a breakout room. Once you get into the, oh wait, I'm sorry. If you called in, if you actually dialed a telephone number to join us, you will not receive a prompt, so you don't have to worry about doing anything. Your transfer will be automatic. Either way, whether you're prompted or not, once you get into the breakout room, you will be in there by yourself. You will not be able to hear or see what's going on in the main session. We in the main session will not be able to hear or see what's going on with you in the breakout room. That is so that you can have a private conversation with the attorney. We have, a somewhat heavy docket today. So we have, a lot of defendants logged in today. We only have so many attorneys. So I ask that you please, once you get into that breakout room, you please have patience. Don't start pressing buttons or coming back out into the main session or raising your hand. That will only distract me and make the docket move slower. Everyone will be seen by an attorney today. Defendants, once you are done speaking to the agency attorneys, you are free to log off, but please make sure you come back to court on September 5th at 8:30 a.m. Defendants, if you do not appear in court on September 5th, a default judgment can be entered against you. And plaintiffs, if you don't come to court on September 5th, your case will be dismissed. So please, everybody, make sure you come back to court on time on September 5th, 2024. With all of that being said, for matter ending in 707, is plaintiff's counsel present for Durham Godaj?
Piece of laws on behalf of the plaintiff, number 83664.
Thank you. Good afternoon to you, Attorney Fawaz. Is there any occupant of 11450 Minden Street present? Please unmute yourself.
Yes.
Turn on your camera if you. Okay, I don't see you.
Okay.
What's your name?
Dante.
Your whole name?
Dante Robinson.
Good afternoon to you, Mr. Robinson. You are the defendant on a complaint to recover possession of property. Did you get the information about the next court date?
Yes.
Okay, we'll see you on September 5th in person. Let's see. I believe that is it. You have the date, Attorney Fawaz?
Yes, Judge.
Okay, I'll see you both back here on September 5th at 8:30. Can I have someone transfer Mr. Robinson into a breakout room? Mr. Robinson, just follow the prompt. That concludes matter ending in 707. Thank you, Attorney Fawaz. For matters ending in 719 and 720, can I have plaintiff's counsel place your appearance on the record? Is anyone here on behalf of Hussein Brothers and MHSH LLC?
Yes, Your Honor. Good afternoon, Your Honor. Lamis Nazal appearing on behalf of Hussein Brothers and MHSH LLC.
Is your camera working, counsel?
Oh, my apologies, Your Honor. I forgot to click the camera button.
All right. Good afternoon to you. For matter ending in 719, is Alan Robinson or Daphne Hocking or I'm sorry, Hopking,
yes,
or any occupant of 6738 Bruce present? Please state your name.
Daphne Hopkins.
Okay. Is it Hopking? K-I-N-G?
No, ma'am. Hopkins.
Hopkins. Okay. Thank you, Ms. Hopkins. Good afternoon. You're the defendant on a complaint for non-payment of rent. Did you get the information about the next court date?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we'll see you on September 5th at 8:30 a.m. You're on a telephone, and so you'll be automatically transferred. What were you about to say?
Oh, I was just saying I need an attorney because I have some complaints against the landlord.
Okay, so I'm about to transfer you. You're on the phone, and so it'll be automatic, okay?
Okay, Judge Christina, we'll
Yes,
just do that
ma'am.
on next court. I had a question because he never filed a notice to quit, but that's okay. I'll wait.
Okay, so you'll be able to discuss all of that with the attorney, okay? You broke up. What did you say?
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you so much. Can I have someone transfer Ms. Hopkins into a breakout room? It'll be automatic, ma'am. That concludes the matter ending in 719. For matter ending in 720, is Niasa Salinas or any occupant of 6120 Artesian present? Madam Clerk, has indicated that this defendant did not check in today. We do have a proof of service in the file. And so the court is going to proceed with this first hearing on a complaint to recover possession of property. This will be adjourned to a subsequent hearing to take place on September 5th at 8:30 a.m. in person. The court will mail notice, and as with all of the cases today, if the defendant logs in before we end our Zoom session, please, I'm sorry, we will mail notice. I'm sorry, somebody is, I can't, there was a Zoom message that popped up on the screen. I saw it, I didn't process it. Please don't message me throughout while I'm calling cases. I can't call the docket and read messages. So if you have a question, everybody will get called on. I'm gonna call everybody's case. So you'll be able to ask me a question when I call your name, or you'll be able to ask the attorney once you go into the breakout room. Sorry, I saw the message, but I didn't process it. All right, so what I was saying is the court is gonna allow any defendant who logs in to speak to an attorney today. The court is going to mail notice. That concludes the matter ending in 720. Thank you, Attorney Nusal.
Thank you so much, Your Honor.
All right, for matter ending in 784, is anyone here on behalf of Mikasa Sukasa? Madam Clerk has indicated that the plaintiff's attorney did not check in. Is the defendant Nija Kirksey or Naya Kirksey or any occupant of 19694 Hall present? Madam Clerk has indicated that the defendant did not check in. There is no proof of service in this file. I will check the register of actions to see if a proof of service has been filed that just maybe did not make it to our physical file yet. Okay, the register of actions does not reflect that a proof of service has been filed. And so this matter will be adjourned to a different date. This matter will be adjourned to August 26, 2024 at 1:35 p.m. and that will be via Zoom. This matter only will be adjourned to August 26 at 1:35 via Zoom. The court will mail notice. That concludes matter ending in 784. For matter ending in 804, is Dorothy McCool present? If so, please turn on your camera, unmute yourself, and state your name.
Dorothy McCool.
Good afternoon to you, Ms. McCool. You are the plaintiff in this matter. Is the defendant Brenda Bland present?
Yes,
Please state your name for the court reporter.
Brenda Bland.
Okay, good afternoon to you, Ms. Bland. You are the defendant. This is a complaint for non-payment of rent. Ms. McCool, do you have the information about the next court date?
Yes, I do.
Okay, what about you, Ms. Bland?
Yes,
All right, I'll see you both here on September 5th at 8:30 a.m. Ms. McCool, please make sure you bring the paperwork that I indicated is necessary, okay?
Okay.
Can I have someone transfer Brenda Bland into a breakout room? Ms. Bland just followed the prompt. Ms. McCool, you can log off. I'll see you both here on the 5th of September. That concludes this matter. Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I don't know.
All right, just follow the prompt, Ms. Bland.
How you do that?
Oh,
No. Oh,
I'll remove you. Okay. I'll report. Matter ending in 820, is the plaintiff present? Julian Austin. If so, please turn on your camera, unmute yourself, and state your name for the court reporter.
Hello, my name is Austin Julian.
Oh, it's Austin Julian. I'm sorry, I read that backwards. It's been a long day. Good afternoon to you, Mr. Julian. Is the defendant Becky Biddle or any occupant of 1429 Beatrice Street present? Madam Clerk has indicated that the defendant did not check in. I do not have a proof of service in the file, Mr. Julian. I'm going to check the register of actions. Did you hire anyone to serve the defendant, sir?
No, I had a third party. As it said, I came in person, somebody over 18 serve it.
Did
the people?
they give the court a proof of service?
I believe they did. I don't know for sure. I haven't been in contact with Becky Biddle or the third party.
Okay, so you don't have a proof of service. I don't have a proof of service. You haven't been in contact with the third party. So the court is not prepared to proceed today on your case. I'm going to adjourn this matter to August 26th. So you'll have a different date. August 26th, 2024 at 1:35 p.m. Please get in contact with whoever it is that you had served the defendant and have them bring a copy of the proof of service to the court, or you get a copy of it and bring it to court, okay?
Okay.
All right, so August 26th at 1:35 PM. And that'll be
What
via
that-
Zoom.
Via Zoom?
I'm sorry. Yeah, you'll come back via Zoom, okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you. Have a good day. That concludes the matter ending in 820. For matter ending in 849, is the plaintiff's counsel present for North Bloomfield?
Yes, good afternoon, Your Honor. Neil Chanis appearing on behalf of the plaintiff P40079.
Thank you. Good afternoon to you, Attorney Chanis. Is Mika Smith or any occupant of 7637 DeCosta present? Madam Clerk has indicated that the defendant did not check in today. I don't have a proof of service in the file. Attorney Chanis, do you know if the defendant was served?
Yes, actually, I do have a copy of the proof of service. I believe Court Officer Bell probably filed it with the court most recently, and it might not have made the register of actions, but I will also fax it to the court when we're done, just to make sure.
Okay, it's definitely not showing in the register of actions. When was the defendant served?
The defendant was served on July 25th at 5:51 PM.
Okay, based on your representation as an officer of the court, that the defendant will serve, the court will proceed with this first hearing on this complaint for non-payment of rent. The matter will be adjourned to a subsequent hearing to take place on September 5th at 8:30 AM in person. The court will mail notice. That concludes this matter. Thank you, Attorney Chanis.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a good day.
You too, thank you. For matter ending in 872 is the plaintiff's counsel for all risk management present.
Please the court, Carl Anderson, P42707, appearing on behalf of All Risk Management.
Thank you. Good afternoon to you, Attorney Anderson. Is the defendant Terry Moore or any occupant of 5943 Lakeview downstairs present?
Yes,
Good afternoon. Please state your name for the court reporter.
Terry Moore.
All right, Ms. Moore, you're the defendant. This is a complaint to recover possession of property. Did you hear the information about the next court date?
Yes.
Okay, we'll see you on September 5th at 8:30 in courtroom 433. Can I have someone transfer Ms. Moore into a breakout room?
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
If I move out before that time, do I still have to come to court?
So a lot of people ask that question, and I won't advise you. Well, first of all, I can't give you legal advice. What I can tell you is if you do move out, you need to make sure that you get in contact with the plaintiff or the plaintiff's attorney, because some people will move out and there's a breakdown of communication. And then if you don't show up to court, if the plaintiff's attorney doesn't know you moved out, they'll just think you're not showing up and a default judgment will be requested. So that's really all I can tell you. If you move out, make sure you get in contact with Attorney Anderson, okay?
Okay, and I have one more question. By that time, that'll be school starting at that time. So can I get it a different time? Because 8:30 it's my kid to be in school. No.
What time do you drop your children off at school?
7:30, 8. Well, it's two of them, so 7:30, 8 o'clock.
I give people time to get here. Usually I won't enter default judgment until 9:30. Can you be down here by 9:30, or do you anticipate a problem with that?
I mean, I'm hoping so.
I mean, it doesn't take, I always say it takes me 20 minutes to get anywhere in the Metro Detroit area. So you should be able to get down here by 9:30. If not, call the court and we'll work with you, okay?
Okay.
So can I have someone transfer Terry Moore into a breakout room? That concludes the matter ending in 872. Thank you, Attorney Anderson.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. For matter ending in 906 is the plaintiff's counsel here for Lamar Nelson. Lamar Nelson is Attorney Zahir present.
I'm the defendant here. I'm not
Hold
sure.
on one second. Hold on. I need the plaintiff's attorney. Plaintiff's attorney, please turn on your camera and place your appearance on the record.
Your Honor, Mohammed Zahir, P number 5, 2020, appearing for the plaintiff.
Thank you. Good afternoon to you, Attorney Zahir. Defendant, please unmute yourself and turn on your camera and state your name. There you are. What's your name?
Oh, my name is Charles Hodge.
All right, Mr. Hodge. Is there someone else with you?
Yes, my brother is in the car with me.
All right, can you put him on the screen and sir, state your name?
He don't, well, I guess. Lorenzo Hodge.
All right, good afternoon to both of you.
And then
You
Lorenzo
are,
Hodge, just on the record, is my father, not my brother. He does not stay with us.
wait, you said Lorenzo Hodge is what?
This is the junior. The Lorenzo Hodge is being served is senior. My brother don't stay with us. It's me and my dad.
So the brother, that's your brother with you, but he doesn't live with you. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Where's your dad?
My dad is at the house working on the car.
Okay.
I'm at the phone store with my brother.
Okay, so this complaint just has Lorenzo Hodges. Do you all go by junior and senior?
Yes, but the paper that I have, it say all occupant on there.
All right, and you live at 19719 Anna, is that correct?
Yes.
All right.
I was here in the last few court hearings, just about all of.
All right, so Mr. Charles Hodge, you are the defendant on a complaint to recover possession of property. Do you have the information about the next court date?
Yes, September 5th at 8:30 in person, 36th District Court.
That's correct. All right, so I'll see you then. Can I have someone transfer Lorenzo Hodge into a breakout room? Just follow the prompt when it comes across your screen, sir. Have a good day. That concludes the matter ending in 9:06. You're welcome. Thank you, Attorney Zahir.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. For matter ending in 913 for the Home Store Incorporated, can I have plaintiff's counsel place your appearance on the record?
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Stephen Wallace, P. 32925 on behalf of the plaintiff.
Thank you. Good afternoon to you, Attorney Wallace. Is the defendant Jasmine Woods present? Madam Clerk has indicated that this defendant did not check in. There's no proof of service in the file. Attorney Wallace, do you know if the defendant was served?
I do, Your Honor. We use bailiff Myron Bell. I do have a copy of that proof of service. Indicate this service was made on July 25th at 5:43 p.m. I can make sure that a copy does get filed with the court, but he is pretty good about getting them down there ultimately.
Okay, thank you. Let's see. So far, it hasn't been filed, so please make sure you bring a copy with you. And based on your representation as an officer of the court that the defendant was served, the court is going to proceed with this first hearing on the complaint for non-payment of rent. This will be adjourned to a subsequent hearing. September 5th, 2024 at 8:30 a.m. in person is the next court date. Thank you so much, Attorney Wallace. The court will mail notice. That concludes this matter.
Your Honor, if I may, before you call, I'm also in the second group with 2 other cases. If they're not going to be adjourned to the same date and time, can I get those as part of this group?
Madam Clerk?
I had 914 and 915.
I know I see them. I just turned the page and let me see. We had 2 that adjourned to a different date. Okay, we had 2 that adjourned to a different date. So yes, you're in luck. I'll be able to put the other ones on this date. Okay, so here. Wait, what's this one? Okay. All right, give me a second. Let me get my bearings. All right, so I'm going to give you this one. All right, now calling case number 243509114, the Home Store Incorporated versus Kirsten Dunklin. This is for property located at 5314 Marseille in the city of Detroit. The matter is before the court on a complaint for non-payment of rent. Also calling case number 243509115, Integrity Property Management versus Christopher Warren and occupants of 16562 Tracy. This matters before the court on a complaint to recover possession of property. Today is the date and time scheduled for a first hearing in these matters. Can I have your appearance, counsel, for plaintiff?
Yes, please, Your Honor. For please the court, Stephen Wallace, P. 32925 on behalf of the plaintiffs in both matters.
Thank you, Attorney Wallace. Is the defendant, Kirsten Dunklin, present for matter ending in 914?
Yes, I'm here.
Good afternoon. Will you state your name for the court reporter?
Yes, it's Kirsten Dunklin.
Kirsten Dunklin, okay. My apologies for the mispronunciation here.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Did you hear the information about the next court date, ma'am?
Yes, I did.
It'll be September 5th at 8:30 a.m. in courtroom 433. All right, I'll see you on that date. Can I have someone transfer Kirsten Dunklin into a breakout room? Ms. Dunklin, just tap the prompt when it comes across your screen. Thank you. That concludes matter ending in 914. Have a good day. For matter ending in 915 is Christopher Warren or any occupant of 16562 Tracy present.
Yes, ma'am.
Please state your name.
Christopher Warren.
Good afternoon to you, Mr. Warren. You are the defendant on this complaint to recover possession of property. Did you get the information about the next court date?
September 5th.
Yes, at 8:30 a.m. in person in courtroom 433.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so I'm about to have a prompt sent to you. Please tap the prompt. It will take you into a breakout room. Thank you, Attorney Wallace.
No, thank you, Your Honor. Have a great day.
You do the same. Thank you. That concludes the matter ending in 915. Just follow that prompt, Mr. Warren. All right, so that's my first set of cases. I'm done with them. I'm about to call my second group of cases. Please listen out for your name, address, or case number. Please don't say anything until I have called all of the cases in this group. Excuse me. All right, can you all hear me? Thumbs up if so, please. Okay, all right, cool. Now calling case number 243500920, John Bradley Sr. versus John Bradley III. This is for property located at 14535 Liberal Street. I think this is the upstairs. This is, moving on. This is in the city of Detroit, sorry. Also calling case number 243500942, Dion McCullough versus Kiefer Burden, Kiefer Burden, and all occupants of 577 Chalmers in the city of Detroit. Also calling case number 243500957, Linda Johnson versus Leo Evans and all occupants. So this is Leo Evans and Rolanda Bradford and all occupants of 8020 Chippewa Street in the city of Detroit. Calling case number 243500962. This is Cindy Davis versus Kiana Bourne. This is for property located at 4391 Chatsworth in the city of Detroit. Calling case number 243500963. Cindy Davis versus Demetrius Nelson and Morgan Works. This is for property located at 9445 Lake Point Street in the city of Detroit. Calling case number 243500973, Pamela Golden versus Marie Sharp and all occupants of 19415 Greenfield Road in the city of Detroit. The remaining matters are from the 135 docket. This is case number 243499173. Credit Union Mortgage Association versus James C. Baker II and all occupants of 9171 East Outer Drive in the city of Detroit. Case number 243496264, Omni Property Managers LLC versus Brianna Purcell and all other occupants of 20121 Mitchell Street in the city of Detroit. And finally, calling case number 2434929. This is Mutual Property Management LLC versus all occupants of 9171 Whittier Street, apartment 1 in the city of Detroit. These matters are before the court on complaints for non-payment of rent as well as complaints to recover possession of property. Today is the date and time scheduled for either a first hearing or a technical first hearing. Pursuant to Michigan Supreme Court Administrative Order 2020-17, all first hearings are to be adjourned. Therefore, these matters will be adjourned to a new date. Ladies and gentlemen, the next court date for all of the cases that I just called will be September 11th, 2024 at 8:30 a.m. September 11th at 8:30 a.m. That is the next time the court will call these cases. On September 11th, the cases will be heard in person. That means that you need to come down to court. There won't be a Zoom hearing. You need to come down to 36th District Court, which is located at 421 Madison in downtown Detroit. I'm in courtroom 433, and so you need to come to courtroom 433 again on September 11th at 8:30 a.m. Plaintiffs, please bring with you to the next court date. If you have not already filed the following paperwork, please bring a paper version of a deed, a lease agreement, if rent as an issue, the most up-to-date rental ledger. If there's a property management agreement in place, I need a copy of that as well. And I need a completed proof of service. Again, plaintiffs, I need the deed, the lease agreement, the property management agreement, if there's one in place, the most up-to-date rental ledger, and a completed proof of service. Your failure to provide those documents will result in a dismissal of your case at the next court date. So please make sure you bring that to court with you on September 11th. Defendants, if you have any evidence that supports your defense, please make sure you bring it to court with you on September 11th. Please make sure it is in paper format. Please do not bring your cell phone in here and ask me to scroll through it. I don't feel comfortable doing that, and I cannot put your cell phone in the file as evidence. So if you have evidence, this goes for the plaintiffs or the defendants, please reduce it to paper and bring it to court with you on September 11th. Plaintiffs, you have the right to be represented by an attorney if you so choose. You can hire an attorney to represent you if you don't already have representation. Defendants, you also have the right to be represented by an attorney if you so choose. You can either hire your own attorney or you can speak to the agency attorneys that are logged into this Zoom session today, who are here to speak to you, the defendant tenants, to provide you with legal advice for the day, with the potential of them taking on your case to represent you throughout the close of these proceedings, and that will be free of charge to you. At the end of your hearing today, I will ask that you, the defendants, be transferred into a breakout room. If you're logged in via a smartphone or a tablet, you'll receive a prompt come across your screen. Please tap your prompt. It'll take you into the breakout room. If you called in, meaning you dialed a telephone number to get into this into the Zoom session, you don't have to worry about a prompt. You'll be transferred automatically. Either way, once you get into the breakout room, you'll be in there by yourself. Please have patience. Please don't press buttons, raise your hand, or come back into the main session unprompted. Madam Clerk did just type the information into the Zoom chat, by the way, about the next court date. So you can go into the chat and screenshot it if you like, or write it down. I just want to put that out there. Once you are done, defendants, speaking to the agency attorneys, you're free to log off, but please make sure you come to court on September 11th at 8:30 a.m. If you don't come to court on September 11th, a default judgment will be entered against you. And plaintiffs, if you don't come to court on September 11th, your case will be dismissed. So please, everybody, make sure you come to court timely on September 11th. All right. I believe I've covered everything. With all of that being said, for matter ending in 920, is John Bradley Sr. present? Please unmute yourself and state your name.
John Bradley Sr.
Good afternoon to you, Mr. Bradley. Is John Bradley III present?
I am.
Can you turn on your camera, sir?
I can't. I'm waiting on my new device to come from Verizon. Should be here in a couple days.
All right. All right. State your name for the court reporter, please.
John Bradley III.
All right. John Bradley Sr. and John Bradley III. Mr. Bradley Sr., you're the plaintiff. John Bradley III, you're the defendant. This is a complaint to recover possession of property. Senior, do you have the information about the next court date?
Yes, well, I'm his sister. I'm John's sister, He has a couple questions. I did write down the information you provided us, Your Honor. Two issues. On September 11th, my brother's going to be out of town.
What's your name, ma'am? What's your name for
I'm
the
sorry,
court reporter?
Estelle Broomfield.
You broke up a little bit. Can you just spell it for the court reporter?
Last name Broomfield, Broomfield. First name Estelle, Estelle.
Okay. All right, go ahead, please.
A couple questions. First, he's going to be out of town. He'll be in Atlanta on September 11th. Is it possible that he can get another date? Also, this is a family instance. So these documents, there was never a lease. This was grandfather giving his grandson someplace to stay. So
that's not how it initially
you don't
started.
have a lease, Dusky. You don't have a lease.
I know we don't have a lease.
Hold on.
I know we don't have a lease, but I wasn't homeless and I didn't need.
Let me mute you. So when I talk, listen, I know it's difficult. We're all over Zoom. It's hard to tell when somebody's about to start talking. But when I talk, you have to stop talking. That's just how it is in this courtroom. Everybody will have an opportunity to speak. And please don't speak over each other because my court reporter is trying to make a record. And if I have to go back and read this transcript later, it's just going to be lines and I won't know what was said. So I need everybody to, respect everyone and, give each other an opportunity to speak. So the first issue, you want a different date, Mr. Bradley Sr., is that correct?
Yes, because I've been scheduled to go out of town on September 4th to October 9th. I'll be back.
Okay, that's a long time. I don't have anything before that date. I can adjourn it out after that date, but that's just, yeah.
Okay, well, ma'am, before this, he had agreed that he's going to move out before I leave to go out of town. So it's no debation. And then if I get into the details of this, you'll say that I'm crazy, but let him talk and let him say what he thinks he's going to say.
All right, Mr. Bradley III, what do you have to say quickly? Because we don't even really need to get into all of this.
Yes.
We ain't got to get into it. He about to go see my grandma. I'll be gone before he get back. Me and him had a conversation this morning. So he about to go see my grandma in September. I'll be gone before he get back in October.
Okay, so that's perfect. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to adjourn this one to a date in October. Senior, if he's not out, you can come to court and say what you have to say. But if he's out, then the case can be dismissed. Yes. And as I said, you can either come down here and tell me he's out, dismiss the case, or if you don't show up, I'm dismissing the case anyway. Okay.
So what date would you give me?
Hold on, let me check with my clerk because I wasn't prepared for an October date. Give me 1 second. October, yes. He wants a date in October. Nothing in my birthday week, please.
The 2nd or the 3rd.
That's fine.
14th.
October. How's October 2nd? When did you say you're coming back? When are you coming back, Senior?
I'll be home on October 9th. Anytime after October 9th.
Anytime after.
Oh, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and mind you, I'm a dialysis patient. So on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, I can't come because I'm on.
Okay, so today's Monday, so we'll give you a Monday or Wednesday or a Thursday. You said Tuesdays or what?
Tuesday or Friday.
Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday.
Okay, so let's just give him a Monday day. October 14th, okay?
Okay.
So this matter and this matter only is adjourned to October 14th, 2024 at 8:30 a.m. That'll be in person. If you all need to come to court on October 14th, Mr. Bradley Sr., please make sure you bring your deed. If you don't have a lease agreement, that's fine. We'll work with, whatever you, we'll get to that bridge. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. All right. Bradley III, If you're not out, make sure you come to court on the 14th of October, okay?
I just have one request is that this don't go on my credit because it's two sides to a story, but I don't feel like debating. I just want to leave. So as long as this.
If the case is dismissed, then it's a dismissal. So there won't be, anything.
Cool.
All right. But I'm going to transfer you to a breakout room and you can talk to an attorney and they can give you further advice on that. All right. Can I have someone transfer John Bradley III into a breakout room? That concludes matter ending in 920. Have a good afternoon, Mr. Bradley Sr. Have a safe trip. Have a good afternoon, Mr. Bradley III. Please follow the prompts. Okay.
Yeah.
That concludes this matter. Thank you. All right. For matter ending in 942, Dion McCullough, if you're present, please turn on your camera, unmute yourself and state your name. Oh, I see. Let me see. I just sent you a prompt.
Dion McCullough.
Good afternoon, Ms. McCullough. Let's see. Is Kiefer Vinden or any occupant of 577? I'm sorry.
Yes.
I'm sorry. What's your name?
It's pronounced, first name is Kiefer, last name is Burden.
Burden. Okay. Whew. It's been a long afternoon and okay, thank you. Ms. McCullough, you're the plaintiff. Mr. Burden, you're the defendant. This is a complaint to recover possession of property. Ms. McCullough, do you have the information about the next court date?
Yes, Your Honor.
What about you, Mr. Burden?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, I'll see you both here on September 11th at 8:30 a.m. in person. Can I have someone transfer Mr. Burden? Ms. McCullough, please make sure you bring the paperwork that I stated is necessary, okay?
Thank you. Have a good day.
All right, everybody have a good day. That concludes the matter ending in 942. Follow the prompt, Mr. Burden. Thank you. For matter ending in 957, Linda Johnson, is there anyone here on her behalf? All right, Madam Clerk told me that Attorney Demers was present, but he is no longer present. Is the defendant Leo Evans or Rolanda Bradford or any occupant of 8020 Chippewa Street present? Madam Clerk has indicated that the defendant did not check in. I don't have a proof of service in the file. Let me check the register of actions to see if a proof of service has been filed. Okay, the register of actions does not show that a proof of service has been filed. Attorney Demers is not here to tell me if he has any information on the service of the defendants. And so the court is going to adjourn this matter to a technical first hearing to take place on August 26, 2024 at 1:35 p.m. And that will be via Zoom. The court will mail notice. That concludes the matter ending in 957. For matter ending in 962, is Cindy Davis present? If so, please turn on your camera, unmute yourself and state your name.
Cindy Davis.
Oh, you're here on 963 as well. State your name for that one as well, please.
Cindy Davis.
All right, good afternoon to you, Ms. Davis.
Good afternoon.
For 962, is Kiana Bourne present? Madam Clerk has indicated that the defendant did not check in for matter ending in 962. There is a proof of service in the file, and so the court will proceed with the first hearing on the complaint for non-payment of rent. Ms. Davis, do you have the information about the next court date?
I do, but she had moved out already. So
she's moved? Okay.
Yeah.
So okay, so it's appropriate to dismiss this matter, okay?
Okay.
When did she?
I'm not sure exactly when she did, but I had went over there several times and noticed the house was empty. So I just assumed she had moved. I don't know exactly what day, but she didn't.
Recover possession of your property?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So the court is going to dismiss this matter without prejudice based on your statement that the defendant has moved. I will mail you a copy of the dismissal order. That's for matter ending in 962.
Okay.
Okay. Put that one to the side for me, please. For matter ending in 963, is Demetrius Nelson or Morgan Works present? If so, please turn on your camera, unmute yourself, and state your name. Madam Clerk has indicated that the defendant did not appear. Yes, ma'am.
I'm about to say they just paid me Friday. They up to date.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for showing up today. So you're saying that the defendants have paid, and so this matter should be dismissed as well. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right. So I'll also prepare a dismissal order for this one based on your statements that the defendants have paid. Again, thank you for showing up and letting me know what's going on. I'll mail both of your orders to you. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
That concludes matter ending in 963. You're welcome. Have a good day.
You too.
All right. For matter ending in 973. Pamela Golden, are you present? I'll get it.
No checking.
No, Madam Clerk has indicated that the plaintiff did not check in. What about Marie Sharp or any occupant of 19415 Greenfield? Are you present? No check-in for the defendant either. There's no proof of service in the file. Let me check to see if the proof of service has been filed. 4350973. There is no proof of service that has been filed according to the Register of Actions. The court is going to adjourn this matter one time for service. It'll be adjourned to August 26th at 1:35 p.m. and that will be via Zoom. The court will mail notice. That concludes matter ending in 973. For matter ending in 173 is Credit Union Mortgage Association. Plaintiff's counsel, are you here?
Yes, good afternoon, Your Honor. Stuart Best of the firm of Weltman, Weinberg, and Reese on behalf of the plaintiff.
Thank you. Good afternoon to you, Attorney Best. Is James Baker II or any occupant of 9171 East Outer Drive present?
James Baker II. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you, Mr. Baker. You are the defendant on a complaint to recover possession of property. Did you get the information about the next court date?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, I'll see you here on September 11th at 8:30 a.m. I presume you got it as well, Attorney Best, correct?
I did, Your Honor. If
All
by
right.
chance, could I have a breakout room with Mr. Baker for a few moments? Is that possible?
So Attorney Krager.
Your Honor, I would leave it up to Mr. Baker. If he would like representation, obviously our position would be he should talk to an attorney first, but obviously it's his case and whatever his desire is.
All right, can you just say who you are for Madam Court Reporter?
Yes. Matt Krager, Michigan Legal Services, P79510.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Baker, you're the defendant in this matter. We have the way we have things set up, we've transferred the defendants into breakout rooms so they can speak to agency defense attorneys. You know, depending on what's said, the agency attorneys may choose to represent you. Do you want to talk to a defense attorney first before you talk to Mr. Best, or what do you want to do?
Yes, because I haven't sought out my own representation at this point, I would like to speak at least to a defense attorney first.
Before you speak to Attorney Best?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, so we're going to transfer Mr. Baker into a breakout room. Attorney Krager, I don't know how long it's going to take for you all to speak to Mr. Baker. What do you suggest? Just have someone contact Attorney Best later, or what?
Yes, if we take his case, then we will contact Mr. Best. Otherwise, we'll inform Mr. Baker of how to follow up with Mr. Best.
Okay. All right, so that's what we're going to do, Attorney Best. So we're going to transfer Mr. Baker into a breakout room, and then Mr. Baker, just, talk to the attorneys and they'll let you know what to do next, okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right, September 11th at 8:30 a.m. That concludes this matter. Thank you, Attorney Best.
Thank you.
You're welcome. For matter ending in 264, wait, is it? For Omni Property Managers, plaintiff's counsel, can I have your appearance? Where is he? He's jumping around. Let's see.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Sam Jarrell appearing on behalf of the plaintiff in this matter.
You say your last name so fast every time. Is the J silent?
Sorry, no, Jarbo. It's a hard J.
It is Jarbo. Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
It's okay though.
All right. Okay. Good afternoon, Attorney Jarbo. Is the defendant present? That would be Brianna Purcell. Are you? No check-in? All right, Madam Clerk has indicated that no occupant of 20121 Mitchell Street has checked in. There is a proof of service in the file, so the court will proceed with the first hearing on this complaint for non-payment of rent. The matter will be adjourned to a subsequent hearing to take place on the date and time indicated. That's September 11th at 8:30 a.m. In person, the court will mail notice. Thank you, Attorney Jarbo.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a good day.
That concludes this matter. You too. Thank you. For matter ending in 293, for mutual property management, can I have plaintiff's counsel place your appearance on the record?
Afternoon, Judge Ili Bajani, P 74626 for the plaintiff.
Is your camera working, Attorney Bajani?
Yes, sorry.
There you are. No problem. All right, Attorney Bajani's here. Is there anyone here who lives at 9171 Whittier Street, Apartment 1? Madam Clerk has indicated that the defendant has failed to check in. There is a proof of service in the file, so the court will proceed with the first hearing on this complaint to recover possession of property. This will be adjourned to a subsequent hearing to take place on September 11th at 8:30 a.m. in courtroom 433 in person.
Hey,
That
Judge.
concludes this matter.
Your Honor, before you conclude, I'm a little confused because I'm not sure why this case was scheduled for a subsequent first hearing when all the documents were in the file before the first hearing scheduled at July 1st.
I don't know. I was out sick on July 1st, so I'm not sure. Maybe there was confusion because I was not here. But normally if there's no proof of service in the file at the time the judge calls the case, then the court will give the 28-day adjournment so that service can be effectuated.
Right, but Your Honor, my proof of service in accordance with the actual proof of service and the ROA, it was effectuated on June 26, 2024, and all the documents were in the file. So I don't believe that it's fair for my client to have to wait another month or 6 weeks for a third hearing, which should have been resolved today.
Attorney Bajani, I don't know if the documents were in the file. As you well know, sometimes things are filed late. I don't know. I wasn't here, Attorney Bajani. I mean, I wasn't here. As you can see, I check to make sure that things are flushed out on the record. If I don't see a proof of service in the file, I always check the register of actions to see if maybe one has been filed. But again, I wasn't here, Attorney Bajani. I was out ill. So I can't speak to that, but you will have your September 11th date.
Okay, Judge, and there's no way that we can get a sooner date than that, given that all.
Were you here? Let me ask you something, Attorney Bajani. Were you here on July 1st to let the court, whatever judge that called the case, know that service was effectuated?
For the first hearing? No, I wasn't.
Yes. There you have it, Attorney Bajani. If you don't, I mean, as you can see, when with these other attorneys, if they're if I don't have a proof of service, I always ask, hey, were they served? They tell me, yeah, I have the proof of service right here, and I go with that. I rely on their representations and I adjourn it to the next available date. But you weren't here, so you're complaining about what did or didn't happen, but you didn't even show up for your first hearing, Attorney Bajani. So I think we're all set here.
Thank you, Judge.
That concludes matter ending in 293. And that concludes the docket for courtroom 433 for July 29th. Thank you so much to the agency attorneys, the plaintiff's attorneys, my court staff, and the litigants. It's been a day. Court is adjourned.